If you want to torch defenses in Madden 26, you gotta learn how to read them before the snap. Too many players just hike and hope for the best. But the real ballers, they know exactly what's coming. Is it man? Is it zone? Are they about to blitz me? Once you can spot it, you can cook it up the perfect hot route, audible, or the perfect protection. Reading the defenses in Madden 26 is the ultimate cheat code. Alright, let's talk about how to spot cover 2 in Madden 26. This is one of the most common coverages in the red zone you'll face. So if you can read it fast, you'll shred it every time. First thing to look at pre-snap is the safeties. In cover 2, you'll almost always see two high safeties, both lined up about 10 to 12 yards deep, splitting the field in half. If they stay balanced and not shaded over one side, that's your first clue. Next, check the corners. In cover 2, corners usually play press at the line or just a couple of steps back, like 5 yards, sitting flat to guard the short outside zone. They don't bail deep unless they have their zone flat set to bail that way. That's the safety's job. So if you see the corners tight and facing inside, it's probably a cover 2. Here's the key. Two safeties deep, corners sitting short, about 5 yards off the line. The linebackers that will be dropping back into that middle zone and making that middle of the field seem crowded, that's going to be the cover 2 look. Once you spot it, attack the sidelines between the corners and the safeties, or hit the deep middle, paying attention to that linebacker with a post or the seam route. That's how you torch cover 2 in Madden 26. Okay, now for destroying cover 2, we have a few routes. We have this wheel route we'll look at first. If it's covered, we'll go to the R1 running back out of the backfield, or that in route in between the zones. But as long as that cornerback stays low, like right here, you'll always have this pocket for that wheel route. Okay, and you also have that in route. In route, just gotta time it. Make sure he's open. He'll be open in between those zones right there. Okay. Okay. You also have the play escape. This play right here. You know, a corner route, stem down with a in route going across. You have time. You can hit that in between those zones. Okay. You also can hit this little running back route out of the backfield. Okay, the zones will be messed up. You can hit this route right here and pick up yards. We also have routes like this. As long as we occupy that cornerback over there, that corner route from that tight end should get wide open. Okay. Lastly, you have post routes from circle. We just put that Dunze on a post route. Can hit him up in that middle of the field in between the zones, the safety and the linebacker. Alright, let's break down how to spot cover 3 in Madden 26. This is one of the super popular online, so knowing how to recognize this gives you a huge edge. Step 1, you want to look at those safeties. Cover 3, you usually see a single high safety sitting deep in the middle of the field, about 12 to 15 yards back. That's your biggest clue right away. This also can be a sign of a cover 1. But we'll go further into that on how to distinguish if it's a cover 1 man or a cover 3 zone later in the video. Step 2, check those corners. Like cover 2, where they sit shallow in the cover 3, the corners will often line up about 7 to 8 yards off the ball and then drop back deep at the snap. They're each responsible for 1/3 of the field. 3, look at the other safety. In cover 3, the strong safety usually comes down closer to the box, almost like a linebacker. Step 4, look at those linebackers. Watch those linebackers. You can usually see this after post snap. They'll cover the short flats and the hook zones, keeping the middle of the sidelines and underneath routes locked up. Keys to identify cover 3. 1 deep safety. Strong safety up close into the box. Corners are playing off about 7 to 8 yards. To attack a cover 3, you want to hit the flats early, especially with running back routes out of the backfield. And then look to use flood concepts. We have great plays where we create a high-low read in a flood concept to destroy cover 3 defenses. Alright, the best defense in Madden, which I think it is the cover 4, is all about protecting the deep quarters. But if you know the signs, you can attack it every time. First, like we always do, check the safeties. In cover 4, there are 2 deep safeties, each covering roughly half of the field. That's your biggest clue right away. Next, look at the corners. Unlike cover 2, corners in cover 4, just like cover 3, are about 7 to 8 yards off the line of scrimmage. They also drop deep, helping the safeties cover deep outside quarters. They aren't biting on short routes, so that's why attacking deep safeties is tricky. Linebackers, they're usually tight in the middle, covering short zones or the flats, ready to stop quick passes or runs. Key identifiers again. 2 high safeties. These corners will be dropping deep. Linebackers covering short zones. If you spot this, you know it's cover 4. Key identifiers again for cover 4 are 2 high safeties. These cornerbacks will be dropping deep. They're about 7 to 8 yards off the line of scrimmage, if not press. And these linebackers will be covering short zones in the middle of the field. If you spot this, you know it's cover 4. How do you beat cover 4? Short and intermediate routes underneath. The flats are always open in cover 4. Quick outs, slants. You can do a flood concept to also beat this. Drag routes. Stretch the field horizontally to create, then pick up your moment to hit the seam or the post for a big play. Recognize it fast, tack smart, and you'll shred cover 4 like. Alright, first up, man coverage. The big giveaway, defenders stick to a player like glue. If you see a corner following the receiver across the field when you motion, or a linebacker shadowing your tight end, whenever they go, that's classic man defense. Man coverage. Typical cover 1 or cover 2 man. Cover 1 man looks very similar to cover 3. You have 1 deep safety. The only difference is the cornerbacks for a cover 1 man typically are closer to the line of scrimmage, right in front or into the inside, playing your wide receivers. For cover 2 man, you'll have 2 high safeties, and the cornerbacks will be pressed up, playing to the inside of your wide receivers. Now for the routes that destroy man coverage, cover 1 or cover 2 or a cover 0 blitz, there are a lot of routes. You have slant routes. You can hit these slant routes. You just got to time it. Make sure you have really fast receivers and speed out routes. And you also have deep out routes. You have post routes. Now watch the way this defense is playing. You have post routes. Get that inside on them. Now, a really great, easy way to determine if you're going up against man defense or zone defense is to pick a play with an auto motion, preferably across the formation. This cheat / will in out of the shotgun normal wild close formation is a great play. Okay, we'll go up against random defenses, and I'll show you how you can determine if you have man defense or zone. Okay, we'll look at this. 2 high safeties. Looks like it might be a cover 4. It definitely looks like a cover 4. If not, it's a cover 2 man. That motion will tell me what it is. This is a cover 4. We'll hit that circle route. This is a good curls. Any type of comebacks work great against cover 4. And we can do this really quickly. Safeties. 2 high safeties. The cornerbacks are both backed up about 8 yards and they're directly over the person. I would assume this is a cover 4. Okay. If I motion and someone follows, this is probably a cover 2 man. Okay. If it's a cover 4, we know our routes that beat cover 4. Okay. See, this is definitely a cover 4. We know we have that seam route. If that guy is open, easy touchdown. Easy touchdown. That's how you determine if you're going up against zone or man defense. Again, right here, it looks like this is possibly another cover 4. Okay. We'll see right here. It looks like it is 2 high safeties. Safeties are up. The safety on the right is kind of down. We'll see. This is a man defense. This is a cover 2 man. I have that in route. I have that in route in a cover 2 man. Okay. That's how you determine if you're going against zone or man defense. Pro tip. Pre-snap. Watch for linebacker movement and safety alignment. If the safeties are high and balanced, it's likely a zone. But if they're kind of misaligned and off, it's typically a man defense. If the corner is pressing up close, it might be man. Once you know the coverage, you can call the right routes, hot routes, or audible to a play to attack this defense. Recognize it fast, play smart. You'll always be one step ahead in Madden 26. Alright, first things first. The keys to beating a blitz is recognizing it before the ball is snapped. Start by watching the defensive line and linebackers. If you see extra defenders creeping close to the line or linebackers showing wide splits, that's a huge red flag. If you see opponents you're playing putting their guards in gaps or putting them over centers or guards and hovering, they're setting up a blitz. Next, you want to look at the safeties. If one safety starts to creep down or shift over to a side, it often means the defense is sending extra pressure. Pro tip, drag routes, hot routes, and max protect are your best friend here. Once you spot the blitz, call a hot route to an open man or keep extra blockers in to give your QB time to destroy the defense. These are the typical mistakes that players make. The first mistake is not watching the safeties pre-snap. You have to check the safeties. This eliminates not knowing if it's man or zone or if it's a blitz. Second mistake is ignoring the cornerback alignment. Corners give huge clues. Press, likely man, off the line, probably zone. If you miss this, you'll be thrown into defenders' hands. Third mistake, not noticing linebacker movement. Linebackers reveal blitzes, hook zones, flat coverage. If you overlook them, you're getting blindsided constantly. Also, post-snap, the linebackers can tell you if it's zone or man defense. If they look at the quarterback during the play, it's zone. If they follow and bail out and run to chase people, it's typically man defense. The fourth mistake, and this is crucial, is using predictable audibles or hot routes. If you always run the same play, defenders will catch on. Mix it up. Read what the defense is showing you before snapping. Finally, overthinking or panicking. Pre-snap reads are quick. Trust what you see. Call the right protection or route and execute. To sum it up, remember, watch safeties, check corners, read linebackers, mix your plays, and stay calm. Avoid these mistakes, and you'll turn guessing into domination in Madden 26.